Hi, this is Ronnie Thomason. My wife Ruth strongly insisted that I record some videos about my first wife, Norma, who went to heaven about 19 years ago. And we were discussing her very strong gift of discerning of spirits, how she could always tell if there was angelic presence or if there was demonic presence. And if there were demons present, she could point out, what chair it was sitting in or what corner of the room it was in. And you go over there and it would feel icy cold. And if it was an angelic manifestation, you could go to that location and the hair on your head would stand up almost because of that energy that was being manifested. And one time when we were pastoring our first church in White Deer, Texas, we were driving from Amarillo, Texas to White Deer, which is about 45 miles. And we're just driving along, and all of a sudden the steering wheel just jerked to the left and jerked to the right. And I thought, man, something's wrong with the steering. So I pulled over, opened the hood, and looked in there and checked the fluids. Fluids were okay, checked the belts were okay. Everything seemed to be just normal. But I knew there was something wrong, so I decided we would go at a slower speed the rest of the way. And so we finished our trip, and I dropped her off at the church parsonage where we lived and went downtown to a mechanic that attended our church, Brother Bill Easter. And I said, Bill, there's something wrong with the steering. And so he put it up on the lift and walked under it and looked up under there. And next thing you know, he's yelling at me, preacher, God must really love you. And I said, why? He said, come here. So I went up under the car with him and looked up, and the steering mechanism was completely disconnected. There was no way that we could have steered that car that distance and made those turns without an accident. It was a miracle. Well, I wasn't totally surprised because on the way, Norma said, there's an angel on the hood of our car. I said, really? She said, yeah. I said, what's it doing? She said, well, it's laying on its stomach on the hood of our car, and it's reaching out with its right arm and doing something with the wheel. And of course, I couldn't see it, and I couldn't tell anything except that there was that problem. And so we were convinced that an angel had guided that car all the way home to our house, to the mechanic shop, and Brother Bill was able to reconnect it. And that's just one of the many, many stories that I could tell about how that discerning of spirits operated through Norma. And I'll make another video for another one. Okay? All right. Bye.